On Bulletin Board this week, from hikes and healthy living to prayer breakfasts and fundraising events that reach the heart, another hot big question to country living and date changes. You're watching Bulletin Board. And here we are, 6 days into the month of May. How are those New Year's resolutions coming along? You see now, that's why I just stick to smaller, bite-sized, daily resolutions. Simple stuff. Get up, breathe. Get dressed, breathe. Get out, double breathe. And so on. I'm enjoying life, living at my pace. But we're not here to ruminate on my reflections. There are things on the bulletin board that need pointing out, so here we go. I'm loving this health focus among our members, young and old. Healthy living, that's what it is. It's hikes and Olympiads and camps and PIFOH challenges and whole food, plant-based breakfast recipes. Wow. I didn't realize that there were so many ways in which our church values healthy living. There's a whole range of options for you to choose from, so pick your spot. I know exactly what I'm going to do. But back to Riverside Youth's hike on the 28th of April. Hope you guys had a beautiful time in Constantia Neck. Now, I'm not going to go on again about the neck story of Constantia Neck, but something in the spelling on this poster, I had to Google. And lo and behold, the neck in Constantia Neck is spelled N-E-K, not N-E-C-K. En ek het so aangegaan. We learn every day on Bulletin Board. Now, before you say I just spoke about health and now I'm getting straight into a prayer breakfast, have you ever been to a prayer breakfast? Have you ever experienced what it is like with all the divine feminine morning energy focused in prayer? You should go next time you have a chance. The prayer part is the vertical connection. The breakfast part is the horizontal connection. And in my humblest of opinions, the more of these prayer breakfasts, the more we are covered by the prayers of righteous women. I love this. Well, that escalated fast. Bonteheuwel SDA Church Women's Ministries had their prayer breakfast on the 28th of April. Thank you. We feel the blessings of your prayers. Also on the 28th of April, a fundraising event was held for the Riverside SDA Church ACS department. Adventist Community Services. Don't worry, I got you. Held at the Riverside Campus Liaison Committee, Dani Tennyson Hall. 20 table hosts went beyond all expectations to create a beautiful atmosphere. Spirit of Life celebrated the occasion in music with Cole and friends on the sound. What a brilliant way to create an opportunity for evangelism. To God be the glory indeed. Do you find yourself making short-term commitments to the Lord that you struggle to fulfill? Do you face challenges in aligning your actions with the biblical teachings you profess or teach? Hectic. I got one more. Do you struggle to prioritize your commitments between your day-to-day job and serving the Lord? The relatability of these questions for consideration in the topic Total Member Commitment, a Call to Service, sounded so much like one of my favorite speakers, and lo and behold, the Personal Ministries Department of Belhar SDA Church hosted Pastor Patrick Stander, one of my favorite speakers. Remember the series of talks being held at the Heldberg College of Higher Education on helping people to connect with Christ? Well, 4 May was a busy day because Dr. Eddie Apollos spoke on how to share your personal testimony. The final talk in this series is coming up on 1 June 2024. Diarize, people. Just this past Sabbath, the Cape Conference Women's Ministries Department had their monthly prayer service. Una Kompiko was the speaker. It was the topic that stopped me in my tracks. Ishmael, God hears. I couldn't help myself, and so I just went to remind myself of the story of Ishmael, and my heart just melted. That's all you're going to get from me. Your own personalized heart-melting opportunity awaits. Make some time to check out the climax of the story of Ishmael in Genesis 21, verse 17. It was a lot. So by now you know. You don't even have to ask. Of course, we're going to bring you a glimpse of what went down at the Men's Congress this past weekend. Take a look. In other news, Megs is on leave, so now you get to meet our production assistant, Robin Phyllis, as she grabs the opportunity to ask the big Q question.
I'm Robin Phyllis and welcome back to The Big Question. Today we have very controversial questions and I'm going to go out and find as many people as I can to answer the questions. I'm here with Ryan today, and my question for you is what do you think about women being ordained?
What do I think? Yeah, it's a tricky question, but based on my background, I've only thought about it and only referred to, particularly when Paul talks about ordination, and it's been talked about as men, as bishops of one wife. And yeah, I've only known about ordination in that particular aspect. So yeah, I don't think I don't. As much as how I feel, yeah, it's a tough one. I can't ever really say about it.
Yeah, what a question. And I think this question has really been debated a lot over the years in terms of what churches think of women ordination and all of that. And I think for me personally, growing up in my culture, I'll first give up my culture, then give a biblical reference. In my culture, it was believed that a woman should not have a part in the church. That was what I was used to growing up as an SA church, as an African as well. But then I read the Bible, and Paul says as well, he concurs to what I'm saying, and he says that he does not advise women to teach or to usurp authority from a man, and they should be silent. I think it's First Timothy 2 verse 22, where he says that, and that verse has raised many controversies in the church, and people still today have not quite given us a fair view and opinion on what exactly they think about this. But to me, as we believe that the Bible is truth, that if we follow biblical principles, we'll be able to answer all these questions. And for me personally, if you follow the writings of Paul, it says that if a woman is going to fulfill the duties of a man, what he must do is he must take a duke and wear it on the head. And you see it in many churches actually that when women preach, they would usually have like a covering of their head, because that's the significance of they doing the duties of a man and stuff like that. So in terms of women ordination as a whole, to be honest, I just think it's not something I've given a lot of thought about, but I really don't have any deep issues with it. Yeah, that's my view on it.
Personally, I think I'm for women ordination because I feel like when it comes to doing the work of God, gender doesn't matter. If you're able to then portray what message God is giving you to share to other people, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. Because if that were the case, then we wouldn't be arguing about Ellen G. White being a prophet, you know? So I feel like I'm for women ordination. I feel like a lot would be a lot of areas that are untouched would be reached if women were to actually be ordained, because then we could relate to women to women. And so I'm really for women ordination because I feel like the more we divide and conquer, we win.
You were warned. The big question is turning up the heat. I love it. Allowing for respectful disagreement is a sadly waning skill. Let's revive it. Catch another big question next week. The Silverleaf SDA Church is hosting a series of seminars once a month on a Sunday morning entitled Country Living Essentials. This is a platform for everyone to get quality information and ask questions to experts in their respective fields in relation to country living. Topics range from agriculture-related content, renewable energy, food preservation, legal and financial advice in respect of property acquisition, and so much more. You're invited to attend in person at the Silverleaf SDA Church or on YouTube. And if you're looking for past presentations, simply check out the Country Living Essentials playlist on the Silverleaf SDA Church YouTube channel. And if you would like to get an update of when the next presentation will take place, you can send a request to the Silverleaf WhatsApp at 081 555 1600 or keep an eye out on the Silverleaf YouTube channel or Facebook page. Not gonna lie, organized. So now you have context. On the 19th of May, 2024 at 0900, Country Living Essentials brings you Buying Property with Madeleine Barnard, practicing attorney, and Celia McGuinness, practicing accountant, a free information session. Thank you, Silverleaf Church. Yeah. After all the hullabaloo I made about the Olympiad being on Mother's Day, I have been reliably informed that it has been moved to the 19th of May. And now there's also a confirmed venue. So you can hit rewind to your original plans you had for Mother's Day, as you were. We don't have time. So I won't tell you how the words "as you were" brought up so many fun Pathfinder memories. We don't have time. Speaking of times gone by, I miss the buzz of preparing for the Youth Olympiad. You know, with each youth society having weekly training sessions and so on. Do we still do that? Or does everyone just get fit on their own? Do you also have those running shoes with the things at the bottom? Those things at the bottom, spikes, yeah. So, you know, when the person you expected to win the race didn't win the race, then his auntie will must now say, "Het was die spikes, man, die spikes was nie lekker nie." So spikes or not, just remember, the Senior Youth Olympiad is now on the 19th of May 2024 at the Faithies-Kraal Stadium in Athlone. See you there. In news from our channel,
Jesus permit the wild surges are brave.
church family. That's how Melody and Naomi described themselves to us, and what a lovely family fellowship we had with their hymn choices in episode 10 of season 3 of Hymn Along. We look forward to bringing you episode 11 next week. Let's watch the premiere together again. Also, watch this space for more Bulletin Board social media developments. Start by subscribing to our WhatsApp channel. Just hit the plus sign under channels and then search for Come Along. And now it's time for me to run along. So we'll see you next Monday at 1900 for the premiere as we take another look at the Bulletin Board. Check out the poster reel after the credits. My name is Lisa Marie Smith. 'n lekker week vir julle almal. Disoni bona next time.